Good evening and welcome to the Embassy of India.
Lights off, please.
We
So
thank
that the
you
people
for
will
joining
silent.
us on the occasion of Diwali celebrations. Diwali or Diwali is the festival of light and is the biggest festival of not only India but the world. It is celebrated to mark the homecoming of Lord Rama after defeating the demon Ravana. Diwali celebrates the victory of good over evil and is celebrated by billions of people across the globe. The festival also epitomizes India's spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Now, we would like to show a short video on the grandeur of Diwali celebrations in India. We are also happy to announce that November 1st also marks the state formation day of Punjab, Haryana, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh. I now invite His Excellency Ambassador Sri Sivi George to address the gathering.
Honorable members of Parliament, distinguished guests, thank you for joining our Diwali celebrations today. A happy Diwali to all. Let me start by sharing an experience that I had in Japan last month. I was addressing a set of university students in a prefecture. Present were students from many countries. As I was speaking on Indian foreign policy, I thought it is important to start with a basic question. A question about two pioneer diplomats in ancient India. I asked them whether they have heard about the story of our epic Ramayana, where Lord Hanuman, as a messenger of Lord Rama, traveled all the way to Lanka and tried to avoid a war with Ravan. I also asked them whether they heard about the story of our epic Mahabharata, where Lord Krishna tried to avoid the war between Pandavas and Kauravas. I asked them whether they heard about Arthashastra by Kautilya or our Chanakya, written several hundred years before Machiavelli wrote his The Prince. I was surprised to know that most of the students had not heard about Ramayana or Mahabharata or even Arthashastra. Of course, they had a lot of knowledge about India. They were very well aware about India as the largest democracy in the world. Almost a billion people go to the polling booths to elect a new government every 5 years. They were also aware of India's scientific achievements like our moon mission, the Chandrayaan. But many still thought India as a distant, mysterious place. Japan had always welcomed India's ethos and traditions. This land of Mount Fuji welcomed our heroes like Swami Vivekananda, Gurudev Ravindranath Tagore, and Subhash Chandra Bose and Raj Bihari Bose. It was rather surprising for me to see that the new generation in Japan had not much knowledge about Mahabharata and Ramayana, which are very much an essential element or part of India's culture and ethos. No day in the life of any Indian goes without reading about the story of Lord Rama and Lord Krishna. This is true not only for those who belong to the Hindu religion, but for all Indians, irrespective of religion and region. Our festivals like Diwali, which represents the victory of light over darkness, knowledge over ignorance, and good over evil, are celebrated all over the world. In my diplomatic career spanning 30 years, I have seen how it is celebrated all across the globe. Today, we are celebrating Diwali. We are also celebrating or observing Kanwaj. Dear friends, today we have a great performance in front of us. JAYARAM, choreographed by Padma Shri Datuk Ramji Ibrahim of the Sutra Foundation of Malaysia. The epic is also celebrated all across the globe in Southeast Asia in Malaysia. And I welcome performers, the artists who have come and agreed to perform for us today. And he is one of the decorated Padma Shri from India. Let us welcome. I should also thank our sponsors who have supported us to make this event possible. Maharshi Institute of Total Education, Historic Holistic Ayush Practice Association, and Avlod Corporation. Ladies and gentlemen, I think there is still a missing gap in our efforts to enhance the people-to-people connect between India and Japan. We need to do more. We need to project the transformation that India has witnessed in recent decades to our friends in Japan and beyond. We also need to invite more Japanese friends, particularly the youth and children here, to learn about India's culture and its tradition, and its festivals, its epics, and heroes. I'm happy to see the presence of our Japanese friends today in this evening. I welcome the honorable members of parliament who have taken the time to come to us despite the parliament session which is going on today. Dear friends, over a period of few decades, our relationship between India and Japan has transformed from a G2G to B2B, and a special strategic and global partnership which was established between Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi and Prime Minister Abe in 2014. India-Japan partnership with its bilateral and plurilateral framework like the Quad is key to stability and freedom in Indo-Pacific, which faces several challenges today. The prophetic words "confluence of two seas" by late Prime Minister Abe continue to resonate when we work towards free, open, and rule-based Indo-Pacific. This relationship continues to be reinforced under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister His Excellency Kishida. This year, India and Japan, as the chair of G20 and G7, is working together to further develop our bilateral engagement and also ensuring the stability and security of the region. I recall the visit of Prime Minister Modi to Hiroshima in May, when he also installed a statue of Mahatma Gandhi. Those who haven't been to Hiroshima, please, when you go next time to Hiroshima, please do visit the statue of Mahatma Gandhi. Dear friends, it has been almost a year since I joined Japan as the ambassador here. And I have been able to travel all across this beautiful country. Actually, I visited 34 prefectures in Japan in the last 1 year. And what I witnessed there is an overwhelming enthusiasm, a love, and affection towards building India-Japan relationship. We have a long way to go, but we need to have further develop that relationship. There is huge potential that exists in our relationship. I would like to have more Indians to be in Japan, more Indian talent to be in Japan, and more Japanese business to be in India. I'm sure that in coming weeks and months, we will be able to work together and develop our friendship and cooperation further. Once again, I welcome each one of you to today's evening. We have a slogan, connecting Himalayas with Mount Fuji. Under that theme, let us continue to work towards further building our partnership. Once again, thank you for joining us. Happy Diwali.
Thank you, sir. I request His Excellency Ambassador to remain on the stage and invite Madam Joyce Sivi and Director of BCC, Ms. Kanika Agarwal, upon stage to felicitate the artists. Dato Ramli Ibrahim. Mr. Sivaraja Natarajan. Mr. Sivaraja Natarajan.
Yeah, fine. Thank you so much.
Ms. Geetika Sri Sasikumar. Miss Tan Mei Mei. Miss Deepa Jayabalan. Miss Deshna Devi Misra. Miss Rupa Kasinathan. Mr. Harin Loganathan. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Please pose for a group photo.
Okay, look at here, please. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more time. Here, no. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Oh, one second. You like This one is one second.
To celebrate this important occasion, we have with us an acclaimed troupe from Sutra Foundation, Malaysia. The troupe will be performing some snippets of Ramayana along with the repertoire and invitation to Odissi. Odissi is an Indian classical dance style originated from Odisha, eastern India. Evidence from the 2nd century Rani Gumpha caves, which immortalized the sculpture of a dancer accompanied by musicians, seems to tell us that Odissi may well be the oldest of the 8 Indian classical dance styles. Another outstanding matter is that Sutra Foundation, based in Kuala Lumpur, is the center of Odissi. This has brought recognition to Dato Ramli Ibrahim, its founder, in the form of Padma Shri Award from the Government of India. Now I invite Dato Ramli Ibrahim and the troupe to take over the stage and mesmerize the audience with the soulful performance.
Your Excellency, Sri C.B. George, Ambassador of India to Japan, Miss Kanika Agarwal, Director of Vivekananda Center of Culture, honorary members of Parliament who are present tonight, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Happy Diwali, happy Deepavali and a good evening. I am very, very pleased to be here, and I thank the Indian Embassy in Tokyo for presenting us here. But I apologize that we are not performing Jayaram. It's only this morning when we are in the Shinkansen train that we learned that we have to perform Jayaram, but half of the troop have already returned to Kuala Lumpur. I did mention that Jayaram was a huge production of more than 25 people, that even when we cut it down to 13 people, it was difficult. Now there are 6 of us left, but we promise you to give something that is as good or different to Jayaram, that will give a new facet of Odyssey, because Sutra is doing an Odyssey that is slightly different from the Odyssey that is usually seen all over the world, because we are doing the parampara or the style of Odyssey from the late Guru Devaprasad Das, who is also one of the 3 pioneers of Odyssey that brought about the reconstruction of Odyssey and to its present state as one of the most exquisite classical dance of the world. So what you're going to see today is an invitation to Odyssey, an invitation in the form of the highlights of the repertoire of the late Guru Devaprasad Das. We begin with the Mangalacharanam, the invocatory repertoire of Odyssey. The Mangalacharanam usually begins with the Patra Pravesh and the Bhumi Pranam, which is a kind of salutation and the consecration of the stage. But the Ishta Devata Bandhana, or the special homage to the god here, is none other than Shiva. And he's depicted here as the one from whose matted lock flows the river Ganga. And in this dance, in the characteristic of the Devaprasad style, he has inserted the very powerful Ravana Stotra. Ravana, being the devotee of Shiva, is accredited to have composed this powerful Tandav dance of Shiva also. And this will be followed by the Shava Pranam, or the salutation to the audience. The Mangala Charanam, Shiva, Ganga Taranga. Thank you.
Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Madhusudanam Mangalam Pundarikaksham Mangalam Garuda Bhaja Madhava Madhavo Madhava Madhavo Hari Maranti Sadhave Nityam Shakala Arya Sumadhava Dilli Katarika Mudanga Pataha Sankhasmari Vinadambar Vadanga Mahuri Dhantadavo Bhadhari Tamboraruda Ramade Taladhaja Ete Padyati Bhusakaitam Kurbantu Te Mangalam Sankaji Sarvamata Sai Payat Bhadra Saraswati Sarvasvabhagyadata Vedamata Vedamata Sutabhya Sarva Devagana Sakala Bhayahara Kurbantu Te Mangalam Ganga 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 Jata Nirantara Vibhushita Bam
say that the Devaprasad repertoire, as different from the Kalucharan Mahapatra, who is from the village of Raghurajpur, not from Puri. His repertoire is very Shaivite, whereas the Devaprasad repertoire is, the Kalucharan Mahapatra repertoire is very Vaishnavite in praise of Krishna, whereas the Devaprasad style is very Shaivite, as what you can see in this work. The next work that you're going to experience is the Shtai. The Shtai is a pure dance composition of the Devaprasad style, and it refers to temple sculptures coming to life. In the Shtai, you'll see this austere style that we talk about, and there is a judicious balance of the chauka and the tribanga position. The chauka, the square position, and the tribanga, the three bends of the head, torso, and hip, which forms the two main positions of Odissi. The chauka and the tribanga are woven around a garland of musical syllables that are repeated again and again. Tam te ta kadata hum ta hatata tam te ta hum ta hatata tam te ta kadata hum ta hatata. And the Shtai is embellished by lyrical poses of celestial dancers playing the flute, the veena, the cymbals, the drum, that are immortalized in sculptures on temple walls. In this particular work, 3 verses from the Shilpa Shastra, or the treatise on temple building, are illustrated and depicted. The first, the Vinadara, or the Veena player. The second, the Abhimana, the shy maiden. And the third, the Mardal player, or the drum player, as the celestial dancers burst in a dance of, rhythmic dance of the Shtai. Hey, hey, Shiva, can we have the music just one notch higher because I can feel that the dancers wants it a little bit louder. Thank you. The next dance is the Navarasa or the nine sentiment or the nine emotional states. Now, rasa theory is one of the major aesthetic theory that has emerged from the Natya Shastra, which is the oldest book or treatise, Shastra, on dramaturgy. And in traditional sense, we cannot separate dance, drama, and music. from one another. So the preoccupation of contemporary modern choreographer or musicians to find the pure music, pure dance, or pure drama is not relevant in the context of traditional art, performing art for that matter. So the Navarasa is a signature work of Deva Prasad Das. When it was taught to me, it was taught as a solo, but of course now we are doing it with a group, and it is inspired by the Ramayana. And it is one of the work that I presented in the Jayaram, which we will dance for you. Now, the nine rasas are, which is inherent to everyone. It's not just Indian that have the rasa, but the Japanese, the Indonesians, everyone have rasa, as you know. And the idea is that, like a thali of Indian food, that the more rasa that you feel, that you taste, its flavor, the more the banquet is satisfying. So therefore, the more rasa that you feel, it is the criterion of the relationship between the performer and the audience. The more rasa that you feel from a dancer, the more then the artist is worthy of her art. And the rasas are Shringara, or erotic love, Vira, or Vala, heroism, compassion, which is Karunya, wonderment, Adbhutam, amazement, laughter, mirth, Hasya, terror, Bhayam, Vibhatsa, disgust, Raudram, anger, and lust, which is like a white light, is Shanta, the thought of Rama. And this is the whole core of Diwali. The thought of Rama, the serenity that we feel, the idea of the triumph of good over evil is what really one of the objective of art, performing arts, dance. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Navarasa, which is inspired by episodes from the Ramayana. Navarasa.
Nandini Viharane Sundara Nandini Viharane Sundara Nandini Viharane Sundara Nandini Srungara Iti Nandini Vihari Srungara Iti Nandini Vihari Srungara Iti नंदिनी विहरणे नंदिनी विहरणे शृंगार नंदिनी विहरणे शृंगार नंदिनी विहरणे शृंगार नंदिनी विहरणे नंदिनी विहरणे नंदिनी विहरणे शृंगार विहरणे नंदिनी विहरणे नंदिनी विहरणे शृंगार नंदिनी विहरणे शृंगार नंदिनी विहरणे शृंगार नंदिनी विहरणे शृंगार कारुण्यं विभोजने कारुण्यं बलिभोजने कारुण्यं बलिभोजने कारुण्यं विभोजने अद्भुत रसं सिंधु गिरि स्थापने 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 अद्भुत रसं सिंधु गिरि दशनथ दर्शने विभत्सर संतृप्तकोटि भोजने विभत्सर संतृप्तकोटि भोजने विभत्सर संतृप्तकोटि भोजने विभत्सर रौद्र 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 मुनि जन शांत महात्पातुन 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 महात्पातुन
ladies and gentlemen, you see how in the Navarasa, the Natya aspect or the dramatic aspect is very prominent rather than the Nritya or the dance aspect of it. And in the Deva Prasad style, this has always been a kind of a thing about the balance. And I'm also aware that if a rasa is a color, then he will not want to mix the red with the blue or the warm color with the yellow, the warm color with the cooler colors. So, in that sense, in this composition, he will try not he would try to explore the tonalities of each color, the tonalities of each rasa, then rather than bringing other rasas involved in the work. Now, the next work is a pallavi, which is basically pallavi is an embellishment of both the music and the dance, where both dance and music come together in a kind of a burst of uh, really embellishment of exploring what the both the music and the dance can do to the maximum in terms of the virtuosity. Although this work was taught to us again as a solo, but as a group work, I thought of uh, doing it as a kind of an illusion of uh, a sadhu, an acolyte who is meditating, but not quite make it. I've always been fascinated by victims. Even when I was a ballet dancer with the Sydney Dance Company, I was cast as Nijinsky. And Nijinsky, in his work of Petrushka and all those kind of things, or Scheherazade, he's always been the kind of victim. And I've always felt uh, drawn to this kind of relationship. And so in this work, I have, within the same vocabulary, we did not interfere with the vocabulary of the Pallavi. I have kind of re-choreographed or rearranged the work to give the illusion of this acolyte, this would-be Buddha, but not quite succeeded. But he became the victim of the celestial nymph or the yogini. And this is where the motif of the snake is also used in here to seduce him, and he could not resist. And eventually he broke out of the meditation, and for that he became the victim of the yogini. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Pallavi in the rag Chakravaka, and followed by the moksha, the dance of joy and release, which is the end of the invitation to Odyssey. Thank you.
Hey, hey, nak, hey, nita, gadat, hey, nak, hey, nita, hey, hey, nak, hey, nita, nata, hey, nita, gadat, hey, hey, nak, hey, nita, nita, hey, nak, hey, nita, gadat, hey, nak, hey, nita, gadat, nata, hey, nak, hey, nita.
Tari jham, tari jham, tari jham, tari jham, tari jham, tari jham, tari jham. Tari jam, tari jam, tari jam, tari jam, tari jam. Tari jam, tari jam, tari jam, tari jam, tari jam. Tajeram, tajeram, jeram takita tanja. Tari jam, tari jam, tari jam, tari kita, tari kita, tari kita, tari kita, jam. Tari jam, takala, takala, tari jam, takita, tari jam, takita, tari jam, takita, takajam, takajam, takala, takala,
Magari sa re ni sa dha ni sa re sa. Sa re sa ma ga ma dha pa sa ni da pa ma. Dha ni re sa ni da pa ma ga ma. Dha pa ma sa dha pa ma sa dha pa ma ga re sa. Ma ga ma dha pa ma ga re sa re ni sa dha ni re sa. Sa re sa ma ga ma dha pa da ni pa da ni re sa. Ani ni da da pa pa ma ga ma da pa ma ga re sa. Re da pa ma sa re pa ma ga sa re ma ga re sa ni sa. Re ma ga ma da pa da ni da ni sa. Re ma ga ma da pa da ni da ni sa. Ga ma da pa da ni da ni ga ma da pa da ni da ni.
Please give a big round of applause for all the artists from the Sugar Foundation. Thanks you to each and every artist who have performed on this stage for us, bringing us a memorable evening celebrating the auspicious occasion of Diwali. This concludes today's program. We hope all our esteemed visitors enjoyed the stage performances. I would also like to offer sincere thanks on behalf of the Embassy of India to our visitors who have joined us on this special occasion. I also thank our supporters, Maharishi Institute of Total Education, Holistic Ayush Practice Association, and Pavlon Corporation for supporting us for organizing this event. We now request everyone to join us for the Diwali delicacies in the foyer and to also enjoy Rangoli. Thank you.